Hello! Welcome! The Grand Observer here. Newsflash, I changed my name to the Grand Observer due to there are 3 other observers on YouTube, which is so annoying, but there's no Grand Observer, so I'm the Grand Observer. Pleasure. Sorry, not humble. Anyway, today we're going to try and do our new segment called... called Movie Talk. Sorry, my mind's scattered. Nevertheless, today's movie we're gonna go with is Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle. I must say it is quite one of my favorite movies of the year. Though I am disappointed of one thing, that Robin Williams, the poor soul, old soul, dead soul to be exact, could not be alive to be a cameo in this installment to the movie. And if anyone's wondering, yes, it is continuing from the old story it always had, because if you notice from the first movie, here's a clip. As you notice, here's the book. Not the book, the game board itself was found still. The game board kept going and passing on. Who knows how many people it's tortured before it led to this couple. A couple of kids, to be exact. Anyway, we start off on our adventure in, well, the usual. All that good stuff with the, well, backstory. Here's a clip, hopefully. Here, the backstory starts out as the one kid gets a game board from like his parents or something. He thinks it's lame. Jumanji, being a living magical thing, and changes itself into a game. The boy plays it, gets sucked into the game, never to be seen again for so many years, and then we come up to present time. Present time, come on. Does no one live in the present? Does everyone try to live in the future? Or the past? How for you'd say. Either way, now we're back in present time, where we get our first glimpse of our main characters. A young girl. Yes, I believe it starts out with a young girl. You'll be watching the clips, same as me. A young girl by the name of... What's her name? I can't remember any of the characters' name. That stinks. I like the movie, yeah, I can't remember the character's name. But let's just go with the stereotypical names for the characters when it comes to groups. The perky young girl. Beautiful, but unlike in some movies where the beautiful girl is also a smart one and a wise one, and she is the dumb and conceited one. Well, not dumb, but just say, "Hi, I'm Bobby." Bobby. Now then, and next character we got is the young lass that does not want to follow society's rules. She wants to live her own life the way she does, and preferably alone, because she does not like how everyone else thinks. Then we got the jock. Forgive me. The colored young man, and that is, well, the jock. He uses this one nerd thinking he'll be a friend, and to the jock part, but the jock just wants him to do the homework. Problem, the next thing is, the nerd is actually the other main character. 4 main characters. Make that 5. But the 5th one you don't see until later in the story, halfway through the movie. And honestly, I don't like after they used for the 5th character. Everyone knows him, the Jonas brother. One of them, anyway. I'm telling you, they were arrogant. They should have stayed a 4 group. But they all got big in their heads, wanting to be a solo star, and there they went. Nevertheless, that's not the story. First off, they start out trying to figure out the game, and voila. Actually, no. I skipped too much. Rewind. We go on where they all get in trouble at school for different reasons, because they have their different personalities. The girl for pretty much smoking, being in the bathroom too long or something. The guy, the nerd and the jock, for pretty much having the same homework, because the nerd did the jock's homework. Then we got the other girl, because she smarted off to the coach teacher, because she did not want to do everything they did. Forgive me. Nothing like a good root beer. Now then. And they all get in trouble, and what they do for get stuck in for detention is cleaning the school's stinking in storage room. Which is actually pretty cool. Lots of good, cool stuff in it. But what they find is, drum roll please, boom, Jumanji the game, the console and all. But being as curious young lads and lasses they are, they plug in the game, they start it up, they choose their characters, and boom, they get sucked in. It was a bit of a shock to everyone, even the viewers, no doubt. Now to see that Bethany, the hot young lass, was turning into Jack Black as a fat professor. Oh, not fat. He's in good health, good shape. After all, hopefully he'll be in the newest Goosebumps movie. We'll see soon enough. Nevertheless, they all are surprised at their new forms. The Rock is nerd. A tiny colored man is once the Jock. Regrettably, I do not know what the actor has named the tiny man. I know I've seen him in other movies. Don't get me wrong. Nevertheless, and we got the young lass Amy Pond playing the Ruby Roundhouse. Strangely, I remembered her name. But everyone knows Amy Pond. Doctor Who! Doctor! Doctor, where are you? He left this. Curses. Either way. They all get in the game, and they are all surprised, and boom, out of nowhere, a guy named Nigel comes out. Helps with everything they need, giving them information and stuff. Then the nerd, aka now the Rock, explains how everything works in Jumanji. Okay, everything works in video game as it goes along. But not everyone's impressed, of course. Nevertheless, 5 minutes into the game, actually 10, 20, however long it would be in that world, they, well, yeah, they all got attacked quite suddenly after they got dropped off by Nigel. As in the story goes, they took the help of the villain. Of course, he betrayed the villain because he did not stand up. No, there's always a traitor. I guarantee in half these movies these days, there's always a traitor to the villain. They always have the best man, and then they all get betrayed. Luckily, he didn't die like most of the betrayers get. Nigel is still alive, but it's a video game. Nevertheless, onward to the show. Our heroes now exit the forest. All of them seeming unhurt, but Ruby Roundhouse, a.k.a. Amy Pond, a.k.a. I don't remember her name. Her real name. Either way, find out she's shot, she dies, she comes shooting back down. Certainly was less climactic, though, as when the first death happened. Jack Black got eaten by a hippopotamus. Turns out they finally figured out how the lives work, the stats. Oh, look. I'm a god! Well, yeah, let's just say no cheat codes. Either way, onward to the jungle! First things first, they must find a town to get to the next area. Find a town which will be the next where they will get an item to continue on to that mysterious journey. But before that, one of their friends explodes. Actually, before even the town, they get into a big scuffle. Because little Shorty McBackback does not like being short and is jealous of the Rock and is saying, "Why are you leader? Maybe I should just knock you over the ledge." He does. Then, yeah. Big scuffle, they all start to gain senseful. Now into the town they go. Rations! Get your rations here! Get your rations! The game tells them they need to eat, so they eat. Regrettably, Shorty McBag carrier is allergic to cakes. Yes, what it's in the pound, what the cake bread is made out of, what the bread is, and the Brazier guy says it's my favorite famous pound cake. And yeah, they misinterpreted it, and he blew up. In flaming guts and gore. Though you don't see any guts, it's a video game. A child's game. Nevertheless, welcome. Next thing that happens, they end up in deep trouble as the main villain and his henchmen find them again. They manage to escape thanks to the help of the Jonas Brother. Hate him still. Hate the Jonas Brother. Ugh. Especially what happens in the movie, the characters. Ugh. Either way, the Jonas Brother saves them from certain doom, and they continue on. First things first, have a glass of martinis. One of the specialties of the captain, aka the Jonas Brother. Regrettably, he's useless. He has had everything else except for flying a helicopter, apparently. So, continue on to the trek after a nice get to know you a minute. And then they find out that they need to go to a shed to get some airplanes and such. Or get a way out. Regrettably, what happens is they nearly die because, one, there were guards stationed in front and they had no means of getting past. Two, the Jonas Brother is such a big baby that he did not want to try and risk his last life out of 3. So, they managed to get him to go, and to start up the helicopter. Ruby Roundhouse secure us as well. But not too soon before they find out that reinforcements were on the way, almost making it to them. They get their helicopter started up, they fly themselves out. Problem! The helicopter! The chain jammed. So they had to unhook a wire, rehook a wire properly, etc., etc. While the plane was in motion, while they were also flying narrowly in a valley. 2 rocks next to each other. Here, like Lion King, Hang Valley. Nevertheless, not only that, they had to turn back around and get the gem because they dropped it. Sorry, I cut through that. The gem is a tiger's eye that is part of the story. Because the villain stole it and gained untold control over the creatures of the jungle, as well as making the jungle very dark. Nevertheless, as they drop it, and the animals, aka rhinos, that were inside that valley that were chasing them, and circling around it, like worshipping it. Oh. So they have to sacrifice a life. How dare you sacrifice me! Oh. They get the gem, they get their friend, and voila! On to the next level, the last level of the game. Not before, Jack Black sacrifices his health to save a young Mr. Pilot, Jonas Brother. Because his only weakness is mosquitoes! And by dumb luck, mosquito clip. So, Jack Black, aka the hot bimbo, gave him his life, her life, its life, and now they are both at 1 health. Now they make it to the path, the Panther's path, and guess what happens then? Panthers out of nowhere, they guard the path. They can't head through. The rock tries to climb a tree. Surprise! As a dog would say, squirrel! The rock falls, loses his life because apparently the fall was very, very high. And then he becomes a big baby panicking. I can't do this. I can't do this. I only have 1 health. Get a grip of yourself, man. Get a grip of yourself, man. You want to go home, don't you? So all of them come up with a plan. Everyone loves football. Not me. I hate a football. But they come up with a plan that involves a football strategy. You take the flank. You take the right flank. Hey, and you go straight down the middle with the gem. We will get the Panthers off your ass. So, they succeed, luring the Panthers away while he makes a straight shot for the mountain Panther Mountain, where he can put the eye back, win the game, and go home! But, as any video game goes, never that easy. They finally have to fight the boss himself. The boss, a boss, something. And, well, the boss has a gun to one of their allies' heads. I thought that wasn't loaded. Nevertheless. Yes, yeah. So, they get head in a predicament where the boss tries to bargain with them as to not kill their friend as well as to get the eye back. Problem is, where was one of the allies? Zoology, bitch! Here's a clip.
Zoology, bitch!
Then the boss gets defeated by an elephant. The rock quickly climbs the mountain, puts the eye back. The game and goes to the calming end screen, and it's like, and then Nigel comes back and says, "Well done, you have saved Jumanji from great peril." So they all finally go back home, but the socially awkward girl and the nerd, and have a little lovers situation, my friends. But the girl did not want to stay in the game. The guy does, but he doesn't want to be there alone, so he comes back out into the real world anyway. They all back to normal. They all had their happy moments. Here's a clip. Pretty awkward clip too. Ugh. Well, not really, but you hungry animals will understand. Nevertheless, they all learned a valuable lesson. First things first, after they got out of detention, they went to find the house of the missing boy. Which was not missing anymore, because here's the butterfly effect. As time is strange with the game, he was stuck in there for like 10 years. Regrettably, but for him, he also, when he got freed from the game, he went back into the past, back where he got sucked in. And because of that, he was now free. But at least they all got to see him once again. And for a happy reunion. But he was married and had a child, to be exactly a baby. Even though Bethany. Why did I sound like a goat when I said that? Either way, Bethany still wanted to get hickey or jiggy with him. Nevertheless, yes, they all have a happy reunion, and the next day, they've all changed. The bimbo girl became more adventurous and less self-conscious. Yes, the jock became more nice and friendly with the lowers. As the nerd became accepted and much stronger inside. As for the socially awkward girl, she apparently panicked for a few days after, because time was weird in movies. It was like a week later, and they all changed. And changed fully. But it's like, but then the young socially awkward girl was so nervous she didn't go to school for a few days. And when they all finally got back together, everyone in the school saw the nerd and the socially awkward girl kiss. It was a real match made in heaven, beauty, fireworks. So they all found out to be a happy ending, beautiful. But Jumanji wasn't done. It was calling to its next victims. Boom, 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 clip. But, would you know it? The kids stopped up Jumanji, because they took the game console and the game out of there and dropped the bowling ball on it, permanently destroying it. Supposedly. No one knows if it's destroyed or not, but they didn't give any hints to any sequels. And here we are, the end credits. Now, the moral of the story was to accept, to be kind, to be not snobby, not the lesson is very interesting because it's actually more than one lesson because of each different person. The nerd learned to be strong and self-confident. The jock learned to be humble and proud of his friends. And instead of trying to get better friends or just use people. Bethany, the bimbo, how can I remember her name all of a sudden? I guess because she is the most one of the most remembered characters thanks to Jack Black playing a male. Long story. If you've seen the movie and you'll understand from the clips. But Bethany learned to be less self-concerned, less self-absorbed. And the socially awkward girl became more accepting of herself. Not to try and hide in the world. It's beautiful lessons because it's meant for more than just one person to know. So, as for all of them, as for the main lesson of the movie, never trust old games. I'm joking. The main lesson of the movie was the lesson of the kids, of how they grew and evolved over time. Now, time for the ending explained. The critics' review. The movie itself was beautifully done. The acting, the characters grew as they went. Even for it not being a very long movie, it still had depth, good story. The characters were beautiful. They grew as it went on because they learned about themselves. They learned about each other. They became a team. Something very few movies do anymore today. I think it was beautiful. It was very, very beautiful, the movie. Lots of laughs, too. It wasn't a serious movie, don't get me wrong. It was not anything like the original Jumanji, where it was much more serious. But even for a lighthearted movie, it still had the serious, heartfelt moments. And I say that gives it 5 stars in my book. But, that's what I say. Movie watch Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle over. Please leave a comment of what you think of that movie, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.